Video game news. Let's talk about this. Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Dropping
Good
some
stuff.
during GameCon. They didn't have like a panel or anything Gamescom. I think they just dropped this news because it's just this news is going around about video games, you know?
Yeah,
So.
I mean the whole marketing for Ultimate Alliance has been very bizarre.
Yeah.
So,
but it's working. At least it's sold. We don't have exact numbers, but it's sold. I would say good enough or good because there's 4 games that came out last month, and it was the 4th one. But to me, I said in our group chat that if it was any lower than that, that would have been a bad.
yeah,
sign.
like there was no way it was gonna beat Fire Emblem out. Or,
Yeah. But at least to me, if any older games for the past month beat, I would have been not doing that well. But I think it's done good enough. I think fan support's been good. People still talk to us about it. I hope these DLCs are good, but. It was titled Curse of the Vampire.
Sure is.
And then they've announced a few modes. A gauntlet mode that is a co-op mission of you going through a bunch of different challenges back to back.
Right. And then the endurance mode.
Endurance mode, yeah, which I imagine just going to be waves, right, of enemies coming at you.
I imagine so, yeah.
Which I'm down for. I love that type of stuff.
So
Lord of the Rings game had that. I loved it. Just getting Aragorn going through 20 waves of orcs.
Definitely, because to me, I finally just a few days ago actually finally got 3 stars on all the trials.
Congrats.
I got all the boxes, so I've beaten all the missions on all the difficulties. So I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm bored, but I'm out of content. Like some people, I guess for them to consider it done is like when they get everyone to level 100. For me personally, that's not really my requisite for done. I think I've kind of finished all the content in the game as of right now. Excited, in just a couple weeks we're getting a couple new characters. So that's going to be really fun. But I'm like it. I think this endurance mode will be perfect because if it's well done at least, it'll be just kind of like an endless flow of content. Because going back and replaying some of the Infinity Trials, I don't know. Some of them are fun, but it's
some
not
really good, and some are kind of meh. But that's classic Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right? Those discs and the comic book missions have always been like. But I would say that this game has more good ones than bad ones. I'd say
definitely. I just don't know if there's a whole lot of replayability there for them.
Yeah.
So and there's also a new. I'm guessing one full Infinity Rift coming with this DLC. It might maybe they just tack on a few levels onto the other trials. Maybe it's a full new one. Maybe it's like a small one. I'm not really sure.
I think it would be a small one. I bet because
I think they can easily do that because all the trials are like have different quantities in them and they are shaped differently and stuff. So even if they just tack on like this new little branch off of another one or add it as like this new Marvel Knights one. Either way, that'll be pretty cool to have some new stuff there. But I think endurance mode to me is the most exciting because it just seems like a good like essentially endless amount of content if it's made well. And that's what I was hoping for. Like before the game came out, they didn't talk about it, so I wasn't expecting it. But I was hoping for some sort of endless content thing. Like it's like Diablo has that too, where you could just get like random dungeons and you just keep going and going and going.
Yeah. And I would love that because it's just like, okay, this time I'm gonna play with the X-Men and see how long I get. And you can that would be great to level up those characters if you want to get them to 100. Because the gauntlet mode to me, I don't know. It sounds like you do a bunch of challenges. That one I'm iffy on as far as because it's very vague. I don't know. That could be fun or is it just something very repetitive, right?
I'm guessing like. Yeah, we have very little info on, like no info on these other than the name, so it's a lot of speculation. But to me, it kind of sounds like it'll be like kind of like a specific Infinity trial where it's, some certain challenge set up, and then you just it's like I'm guessing it's just kind of like those back to back to back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess you have to fight like maybe one boss in each round or something with a bunch of bad guys. I'm not really sure how that one's going to work. It sounds kind of like the endurance mode, except it'll probably be a lot harder. It'll start harder, and it'll be very hard the whole way through, but just shorter.
And maybe some objects, like there's Infinity Rift, literally where it's one where you just got to go turn off all the restore the whatever system. So those could be the challenge.
I could even see like that gauntlet mode being like not necessarily a requirement level 100, but like a good late game content. So you really need to be high rank to like accomplish those. Like they might be really difficult.
Yeah, because
I think that would be good because really the hardest thing for me in the game is actually like to get a couple of the boxes in the story mode, you have to fight like in the X-Mansion level. You have to fight Corvus and Proxima, and like that fight is supposed to be really hard. You're supposed to die to it. It's like part of the story, but you can actually beat those fights.
Have you done that yet?
To beat it on Ultimate, that was the last thing I had to do,
Yeah.
and I had to level up some characters. Like my highest level was like 90. I had to get like over 90 to beat it. It was quite a challenge. So I could see the gauntlet mode being something that requires like level 100s or 90s or so.
Because all it says is right here, in gauntlet mode, up to 4 players take on an intense series of co-op challenges in rapid succession to earn rewards. So that's the all thing we got listed. One thing I'll ask you about a box, just a little off topic, is on the Wakanda level, how did you get that box that's on the left there without...
On the bridge?
Yeah, because I so many times will bring a character there, I try and then they'll run away.
The CPUs run away. I had to turn on a second controller.
Okay, good to know.
I struggle with that one.
Very game breaking if you don't have anyone else, I think. Because anytime people just kept running away, I was like, this is bullshit.
I mean, at
can't
least
get
at
no matter what.
the good thing is, no matter what, if you own a Switch, you have technically 2 controllers, so
Yeah.
you can do that no matter what. But yeah, that one was pretty
Okay,
hard. The
good to know,
CPUs
good to
do not, and there's snipers all around too, so you'll just
I
get
know.
killed.
And then you just got this huge beam going around. And because then when I replayed it, once I
And then
bought
as
the
soon
game,
as you take out the cannons, it, like you get progressed.
yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
when I bought the game, played the story again. I'm like, oh, I'll just break those cannons, and then I can go back. It's like, you're going to fight Claw. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, great, okay, good to know. And then, we talked about endurance mode.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't know, if you haven't been keeping up, the 4 characters in this pack, the 4
Right.
playable characters are Blade, Moon Knight, Punisher, and Morbius.
Let's talk
so
about them.
We finally got to see. We see like small picture, but still like what is going to be their in-game model
Yeah,
was
'cause-
before we just saw concept art. Essentially,
100%. Yeah.
So what do you think of their looks?
So I got them right here. Blade and Moon Knight look fantastic.
I agree.
Moon Knight kind of has 2 looks going on in the comics right now. He has this one which I want as an alternate. I don't think we'll get it. It's like he literally just has the mask, but then it's a suit version. Like it's a whole suit, but
Ooh.
it's like Moon Knight. Like
Is it white still?
But yeah, it's white and black. You gotta look it up. And then the other one is this one. It's like a lot more sleeker. You can see where if you look at the old model of Ultimate Alliance or the comics, his hood's very rigid and he's very bulky. All of it, like it's a hood.
Does that other one have a name? The suit one?
Just put a Moon Knight dress suit, and I think it will come up.
I'll see if I can Google
But this one, you can see the hood. Even though he has a hood, it looks like it's all one piece. It's very smooth on him. I love the design.
Yeah, I like the design like on his chest there.
Yeah, the crescent moon there and everything. So he's looking great. I can't wait. Blade, he just looks great. He looks like Blade. I think it's a hard look to screw up, but excuse me, he looks fantastic. I can't wait. I'm on that
Is
merch.
it that kind of look?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
so cool.
It almost looks like cell shaded or something. Yeah, really cool.
So it's I don't think we'll get that, but they introduced it a few years ago in one of my favorite runs, and it's really cool. But it's kind of back and forth between that. Morbius, I like the look. He looks like I'm excited to see his face not scrunched up because he's showing off his teeth, and they gave him like a
The thing with Morbius
little
is
goatee
he
there.
always looks pretty goofy.
yeah. So
Right.
for me, the other one, like I don't think he looks bad, but I don't think he looks great. Is Frank Castle?
He's
He
very
looks-
chunky. Yeah.
He is, and especially because the thing that's strange is in the concept art that they showed, he looked very kind of slim. He looked very kind of Garth Ennis Punisher.
Yeah,
Just-
I wonder if they just pulled those pictures off of like Google search or something, or if those were actually made by the Ultimate Alliance team.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think you said in the group chat it might look better in gameplay, and it's not that it looks bad. It just caught me off guard. His face is really blocky,
Yeah.
like you said. He's very chunky. He
I'm
just
sure
looks
it'll
very
look fine
thick.
in game.
Yeah.
I honestly, the only character I was kind of iffy on Gamora and Hawkeye's look like before the game came out, but I actually love their look in game, so
Yeah, true.
I'm
true.
totally cool with it.
The only thing I won't love is just I hope he's not as bulky as this picture makes it seem to be, because Punisher's not a big guy. You know, he's not like he is, but he's
I
not.
picture him always having like a kind of a narrow face.
Yeah, where this, like his chest, he's looking like he's the size of Cap or like Thor, and
Mhm.
he's not that. He's like he'd probably be somewhere in the size of Wolverine, maybe a little smaller, but he's just like
Yeah.
a guy that works out a lot. So I didn't love that, but honestly, it just got me really excited seeing the actual pictures, and that's what I mean. I don't love the look, but it's not like I agree with Dylan that the look of Gamora has grown on me. But even when I saw it first, like I don't like that. Even Hawkeye, I
Mhm.
wish he had a different look. This is still close enough where I like it. He has the classic like chest plate. We can't
Yeah.
really see his bottom, but I'm hoping his teeth come out. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I love that in the images his gun, because I'm hoping big time that he has the attack of Nick Fury from
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
Alliance 1. I doubt that, but some
I
characters.
hope so.
I
yeah.
just don't understand. If Captain Marvel can shoot the beam and you can just hold and she holds that beam, why can't, I guess you can't move, but why can't, someone have a gun and just
Well,
keep an
even
extra round?
some characters have like kind of like a spinny attack, like Ghost Rider, Daredevil has one. But then Miss Marvel, you can still move around while doing hers.
Yeah.
So I really hope they add like for Punisher or Blade or both, like a gun attack where you can move around a little bit.
It'd be great.
Just to have some. I mean, it just feels better when you
Something
have a little bit more
tactical,
control.
especially if you're a human character. You
Yeah.
know, what I was gonna ask is, what do you think the levels these characters coming at?
Like what level do they start at?
Yeah,
I think there's a couple ways to do it. I think you could just put them at like a clean like 50 and just call it a day. That's
Mhm.
good enough. You get your abilities and stuff. But they could also make it like an average of what your character's levels are already.
okay.
I don't know if they would do that, because if someone has, and
Black Widow's gonna
based on
bring
the
me down.
Discord, a lot of people have full 100 level teams. Then you would, like, there's not really anything to unlock there. You kind of start with it all, so that would be kind of weird. I guess it depends on how you unlock them really, because if you just get them,
That's what I was
if
wondering.
you just get them by default, I could see like an average being maybe a good system, or even just like a base, yeah, like 40, 50, something like that. But if they are unlocked in a chapter, which we actually from this post don't have a confirmed chapter with that,
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty good chance we're gonna get a chapter, and that could be.
See, I'm taking the negative route of I don't think there's, because this press release. I thought they would have had it in here, right?
Maybe I guess the way I see it is like, because the reason it makes us think we have a chapter is on the DLC page on like the website. It says well, I guess it doesn't say every, but it says each DLC. It'll say DLC will come with new modes, characters, and story chapters.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily say each pack will have a chapter or two. It doesn't like give a specific amount. But I just feel like the fact that it's called Night of the Vampire is like, to me, Curse of the Vampire is to me the giveaway that it's going to have a chapter, because if not, then wouldn't you just call it the Marvel Knights pack? Right? Because if there's no level or like story tied to it, then why does it have that name? Because that doesn't really fit for particularly Moon Knight. But I heard someone say like Punisher does have some storyline where he's connected with vampires, but it's not really associated with his characters.
No.
So really that name would only be associated with two of your characters.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just call it Marvel Knights at that point? So I think they will have a story, like a chapter, and I think that's where you unlock the characters. I don't know if you'll unlock multiple of them at the start, but I could see you starting with like Blade and Punisher or something. You have to go and maybe you like run into Moon Knight, and then maybe you fight Morbius and unlock him. Maybe he's an unlock in the Infinity Rift. I'm not sure, but I feel like I feel like they will do that instead of just giving them to them as like free unlocks.
Yeah.
Like, or I guess unlocks that would just pop on your screen immediately. I think you should have to get them.
Yeah. The only reason I thought that they would be doing dropping them all right away is because you're paying for them. So I thought they might not want to go you got to unlock them. You've paid $25. Here they are. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I could say
at the same time, I mean, if you're buying that, you're definitely going to play through the mission, and it's like, I don't know, the missions, they aren't really that long. Like, I don't think the DLC one would, I don't know what kind of length they would be. I can't imagine it'd be any longer than like, what's the longest chapter in the game? Like Asgard? That's probably the longest one. That or Wakanda. So, yeah. I hope it's not as short as like Adelan or the Kree Warship, but I doubt it would be quite as long as Wakanda or Asgard. I think it'll be like kind of middle of the pack, like an X-Mansion or maybe like a Avengers Tower sort of length level. I'm hoping it's somewhere in the middle, but honestly, because it is DLC, I could honestly see it being Atlan. I'm just getting a little taste. You get new characters, you get the challenges, you get the gauntlets. So. It could even just be, like, it's called Curse of the Vampire. I could see it being like in Dracula's castle or something. You
just want Dracula's castle so bad.
Well, I just feel like that unless Morbius is your final boss, who else is your final boss going to be if that's your level? Yeah.
I just think because those characters, all of them are from New York, almost. Well, not all of them,
but it's called Curse of the Vampire, so clearly
Curse of the Vampire on New York. I don't know. That's my prediction. It's in New York, and I guess maybe you fight Morbius.
It could be. It very well could be. I guess
because maybe Morbius is the one you unlock.
I guess Shadowlands is technically in New York, but it doesn't really feel like New York. So they could do like a very authentic sort of New York level.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of did. First half of Shadowlands is very much just New York. So I don't know what they'll do with it, but either way, this is great news. Like, I think there will be a chapter. I just really feel like there will. Even if there's not, I'm pretty excited for mainly Endurance Mode, but Gauntlet.
I agree.
I just want to hear more, but it sounds, Geek Force Gauntlet, it's a good word.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good word.
Infinity Gauntlet, we're all about the G's.
And that blade look is just amazing.
Yeah, Yeah, we're going to do a tier list in September after Cyclops and Colossus come out. We're going to play at them for a bit, and we're going to do our new tiers.
I had one more question for you on this DLC. So the rumor is, or possibly they confirmed it at Comic-Con, but we just don't really know for sure, is that there's going to be 3 costumes coming with Colossus and Cyclops, like full costumes, not recolors. What do you think is going to happen for these characters in the DLC? Do you think they're going to come with a recolor? Do you think they're going to come with a costume? None at all, and then they maybe release some later?
I would say the recolor. I think just to be the safe route, I think they'll do that because I think they'll say, the DLC is enough, and then you get a recolor.
Right.
That's about it. If, like I said, if there was alternates, I want that suit costume. But if not, then
that'd be cool.
Yeah. If not, I guess we'll get some other probably golden, a little white and gold with Moon Knight. He's rocked that before, so
Hour sort of length.
Yeah.
Level.
I I'm hoping it's somewhere in the middle. But honestly, because it is DLC, I could honestly see it being Atlan. I'm just getting a little taste. You get new characters, you get the challenges, you get the gauntlets. So.
It could even just be, like, it's called Curse of the Vampire. I could see it being like in Dracula's castle or something. He's
you just want Dracula's castle so bad.
Well, I just feel like that unless Morbius is your final boss, who else is your final boss going to be if that's your level?
Yeah. I just think because those characters, all of them are from New York almost. Well, not all of them,
but it's called Curse of the Vampire, so clearly
Curse of Vampire on New York, I don't know. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
It's in New York. And I guess maybe you fight Morbius.
It could be. It very well could be. I guess
because maybe Morbius is the one you unlock.
I guess Shadowlands is technically in New York, but it doesn't really feel like New York. So they could do like a very authentic sort of New York level.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of already did. First half of Shadowlands is very much just New York. So
yeah.
I don't know what they'll do with it, but either way, this is great news. Like I think there will be a chapter. I just really feel like there will. Even if there's not, I'm pretty excited for mainly Endurance Mode, but Gauntlet.
I agree.
I just want to hear more, but it sounds, Geek Force Gauntlet, it's a good word.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good word.
Infinity Gauntlet, we're all about the G's.
And that blade look is just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do a tier list in September after Cyclops and Colossus come out. We're going to play at them for a bit, and we're going to do our new tiers.
I had one more question for you on this DLC. So the rumor is, or possibly they confirmed it at Comic-Con, but we just don't really know for sure, is that there's going to be 3 costumes coming with Colossus and Cyclops, like full costumes, not recolors. What do you think is going to happen for these characters in the DLC? Do you think they're going to come with a recolor? Do you think they're going to come with a costume? None at all, and then they maybe release some later?
I would say the recolor. I think just to be the safe route, I think they'll do that because I think they'll say, "Oh, the DLC is enough," and then you get a recolor.
Right.
That's about it. If, like I said, if there was alternates, I want that suit costume. But if not, then
that'd be cool.
Yeah. If not, I guess we'll get some other probably golden, a little white and gold with Moon Knight. He's rocked that before, so
yeah.